Welcome to the premiere. It's a lovely place. Very serene to start a video. Ah, lovely. So we've got, look at the sky. Just have a look. How marvellous, eh? I've said before, we never ever get bored of the colour blue, do we? People say, what a beautiful sky today. They don't say, oh, I wish it was green. Or luminous pink. Although, I think luminous pink would be lovely myself. I've got a bit of pink in my shoes, haven't I? Anyway, whatever. So, how are you all? Are you okay? Have you been waiting for the premiere? I know some of you may have been waiting. There's a little, I don't know what that is. Is it a mausoleum? I don't know. It's just a thing, really. So, lovely to be next to the water, chilling out. Makes me happy. Well, he does love to pull when he's on the lead, doesn't he, eh? We love him all the same. Glorious. Beautiful. Come on, my love. No, round. 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 Hello. Yeah, there's something magical about being next to the water. I love it. Oh. These stepping stones, a little while ago, were you can walk across there easy without getting wet. So we've had some rain. Is that alright there, boat? He's getting quite brave. Come on, let's get near the water. There we go. Wow. What a brave boy. Oh, you want to in a way, don't you? But he's scared of water, as you probably know. So I always praise him because, you know, that's it's a good thing, isn't it, really, when he's getting close like that. Bless him, he has run away, you know, before. Not run away, he doesn't go very far, but yeah, he thought, wow, that's not for me. Anyway, it's a beautiful day for a bimble, so that's exactly what we're doing. Let's go have a look at this water again, shall we? Oh wow, look at this. How lovely. It's a nuisance really that I've got to keep them on a lead, but that's the rules where we are currently. That is the rules, so that's what we'll do. There's no great hardship really, but look at him, he really wants to go. We'll take him to the meadow when we finished here, and he can have a good old run around, good old play, use some, you know, use some energy and Walking around. I love it. What a beautiful, serene view this is. Look at that. Love it. You loving it as well? Glorious. Okay. So we're going to move on. Lots and lots of ducks. And a bit of wind. How glorious is this wind on a hot day? Morning ducks. Just ignore us. Go about your own business. How beautiful. Bless them. Nice. Sorry about the bouncy camera, but I've got the dog on a lead. Anyway, just showing you where we are. So whilst people are joining and we're saying hello, hello to people. So thank you for joining me, thank you for joining us on this premiere. The end of July, eh? Good Lord. Seems to have been a quick year, seems to have been a long winter, but then a quick year to follow, because next month, August, as you know, it's my birthday and I shall be 26. Right now, this moment is a very blissful, calm moment, apart from Bodhi pulling on the lead, but it's very blissful, very calm, very serene, because we're having a little splash around and it's glorious, I tells you. Absolutely lovely. So refreshing this. Anyway, Bodhi is also being brave. So if you can get out into the water, do so. Ah, wow, beautiful. Loving it. Oh, it's quite chilly, but it's glorious. I could stay here all day. Look. Oh, my friend, you're getting so brave. It's about the deepest he's ever been, apart from twice falling into a river. But it's because you're near me and we're on the lead. Yeah, you're not even wet. You think you are. It's because your toes are wet. Oh, you want to go? Okay, that's fine. Anyway, what a... Oh, what a lovely thing to do. I feel very, very calm, very refreshed. Water is fantastic. okay. It's okay. Be well. Wow, it's been a glorious, beautiful start to the day. I've got a sweat on now. But it's all good. I feel like I've had a bit of a workout really, to be honest, so it's good for the heart as long as I don't push myself apparently. Just a little recap while I think about it with the heart. I've had a 24-hour heart monitor and heard nothing back, so no news is good news, that's what I say. I've got a purple hat, in case you're watching this in black and white. Do you remember black and white tellies? Christ, I think all our village bought a black and white licence. There was about 36p. So all of us apparently had black and white tellies, but nobody did back in the day. Everybody had a colour television and everybody bought a black and white licence, because the black and white licence was 36p and I think the colour was about 99p. So of course now people don't bother. Many people now don't have a telly, and even those with a telly, they don't have a licence, mostly because they just watch it for DVDs and you know, it's plugged into the computer and they can watch catch up and what have you, because obviously you don't need a television licence unless you're watching live television as it's being broadcast on the most revolting company in the world, the BBC. I don't have a television, but I would never fund that paedophile organisation ever. I'd be ashamed to buy a TV licence. So we are chilling out, getting out of breath, but loving it. These glorious, glorious trees on this wonderful day, full of Mr. Solarface. So you know what I'm going to say. If you can get outside, get outside. And don't forget, life is good and good gets better. And life really is good. And good can get better, definitely. It all depends what we're looking for, you know, the good. What is that? Well, it's many things. You know, I received 2 gifts this morning, first thing, and they were my eyes. I opened up my eyes and I thought, well, I'm alive. So there's my third gift, 2 eyes and the realisation that I'm alive. And then I thought, well, it's not raining, that's another gift. And then I thought, hey, Mr. Solarface is out. And I thought, let's go for a bimble. So I had a shower, another gift. Made a Slurpee, another gift. I took me medication. Kind of a gift. Kind of. It saves me life. Gift, gift, gift. Okay, so we're heading back to the car because I am a bit hot, a bit sweaty, a bit tired now. And it's time we headed off home, and got a few things to do today, so whatever you're doing, have a glorious, beautiful day, take good care, and be well. No, we've had it here. No, just got out of bed. We've had it hot here the last week or so. My neighbour is sleeping outside. Look at that. Glorious. Yeah, beautiful. Glorious orange moon tonight. Anyway, that'll do us. So just met a lovely lady, slightly elderly, but a lovely, lovely lady. And she said, oh, I like your hat. She said, I like a man in a hat. She said, I like your t-shirt as well, I like a little splash of colour. She said, I like your trousers. I even like your shoes, she said. I said, I know that. I said, you can't keep your bloody hands out of my trousers. And she said, oh, I've got an habit of doing that. So we got chatting. And I said, I see you're wearing no knickers. And she said, how can you tell that? Just by looking at me. I said, it's the dandruff on your fucking shoes. Hello. So, this farmer leaves his house in his tractor, goes up to the top field and gets there and the tractor breaks down. Now he's quite knowledgeable and he looks around, he knows what he needs to fix it, and that's a pair of pliers. That's all it is. So he has a good look around for a pair of pliers and just checking on my little dog. Hello mate. Has a good look around for a pair of pliers, can't find any. And he thinks, oh God, I've got to walk all the way down that hill back to the farmhouse. Anyway, he looks down there, his missus is there, hanging some washing out. So he says, oi, oi, and he claps and shouts, oi, oi. And eventually she notices and she looks and she says, what? And he says, the tractor is fucked. I need a pair of pliers. And she says, and he said, what? Tits and arse? He said, silly cow, she don't get me. So he said, hang on, he said, the tractor is fucked. I need a pair of pliers. And she said, oh, like that. He said, I'm not getting this. So he said, wait. He said, the tractor is fucked. I need a pair of pliers. And she said, and then lifted her skirt up to show her. And he thought, well, I don't know what's going on here. So he had to set sail, and away he goes. He walks down, walks down, walks down. Eventually he gets there. He said, what are you like? He said, I was trying to tell you. The tractor is fucked and I need a pair of pliers. And she said, yes. And I said, there's a pair under the seat, you stupid cunt. Well, there we go. Oh, there's a dog. Hello. So a little bit more of the premiere as we're out bright and early in the morning down this old concrete path, lane, road, whatever. It's glorious. So I saw some, well, I don't want to swear, I saw some bollocks on the internet. This bloody AI rubbish, you know, it's starting to gain traction as far as I can see. Now, I'm a big fan of Nick Cave. You know, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. What do you mean? No, I don't know Nick Cave. Well, you should know Nick Cave. Everybody should. So, I'm a big fan of Nick Cave. And he asked AI to write his next song. And it came up with this dirge, this rubbish, this bloody pathetic, stupid nonsense. And I've seen a couple of others do that. I watch Justin Hawkins. I don't know if you see him. He's the guy that is the lead singer of The Darkness. I'm not a fan of The Darkness, but I like Justin Hawkins. And on the internet he's got a thing, Justin Hawkins rides again. Again. And somebody had produced a couple of songs, AI songs, of him singing with Freddie Mercury, and they were diabolical. Why waste your bloody time? You know, we have Freddie Mercury's songs to listen to, we have Justin Hawkins' Darkness, we have them to listen to. Why waste your time? They're rubbish. So the writing of the song is rubbish. Pardon me. The singing is rubbish. I mean, at one point, this is Justin Hawkins, but he was singing exactly the same as the Killers. You know, the band The Killers. So that's rubbish. I also read a poem, and do you know what? I can't remember it. I think it was called The Sea, I think. And I thought, my God, a child could have written much better, and certainly more heartfelt. But my biggest problem with it is the art. AI art. We don't need it, thank you very much. It's pathetic again. So there's nothing that AI can create or produce that beats the human, the warmth of the human experience. Nothing. Who on earth? I mean, it's fake, that's what it is. Who wants fake singing? Who wants a fake poem? Fake lyrics, fake art? We're humans, we can create, we can do this ourselves. My God. I know we're sort of computer age now, but really? I find it insulting. As an artist, I find it insulting. You know, because you can type in, I don't know, create a piece of art, and it must have, I don't know, a tree, a dragon, the colour purple, the colour silver, and whatever, you know, a brick building and 4 dogs. And it comes up with this absolutely wild, crazy piece of art, or so-called art, you know, that man couldn't produce, the brushes couldn't produce. But it's cold, it's sterile, it's boring, it's rubbish. Get rid of it. We don't need it. We've got humans. The human element should never be taken out of things. But come on. And what happens if the human element is taken out so much eventually that you go in for an operation and you lay on the table and this robot comes and starts cutting you up? I couldn't trust it. What if you go to have a tattoo and you just put your arm through this hole in the wall and this laser computerized thing goes done, you know, and it's absolutely perfect, the lines are absolutely wonderful and the colours are just perfect, and you know, what happens then? Oh, don't get me started on all this crap, please. You know, people can, you know, we've got dressmakers, seamstress, they do a wonderful job. We've got bakers who can bake a lovely cake and a loaf of bread. We don't need AI. Anyway, just my thoughts as we're bimbling along on this hot sunny day, but we're in the shade. It's about 8:15 maybe, 8:30, probably nearer to 8:30 actually. So we've been out about half an hour or so. So it's a short bimble today, and we're gonna go back to the car. We've only got about 3 or 4 minutes back to the car. And then back home, kettle on, t-shirt off, tits flying free, and have a nice Slurpee. Okay. Oh, that's nice. There's a woman up there, 2 great big Alsatians by the looks of it, and she's just waiting for me to bugger off. So that's good of her. I'm not a fan of big dogs. Okay, take good care, and be back on this premiere in a minute when I've got some more to say. But in the meantime, you know, progress is a good thing sometimes, but it's a bloody awful thing at times. And AI, from what I've seen of it so far, no thank you. Cheers. Well, there's a guy going round dipping his testicles into glitter. It's pretty nuts. Just listening to the bird song. Wonderful, glorious. Squirrels running up and down trees. It's amazing what you can hear really when you're just quiet for a moment or two. Don't know what you can hear. I got a new mic, so as you see, I normally have the big muff diver on my shoulder, and now I've just got a little tiny thing that just pops out the camera, so hopefully you can hear me well, or reasonably well. Good morning, my love. How are you doing? Are you okay, Bode? Yeah? Are you okay? Look at you. I haven't got it with me. We all know what he's expecting, that round thing. I haven't got it with me. It's in the bag, in the car. So we're going to go back. Ah, it's glorious. There's a tree here. I want you to have a look at. It looks like footsteps walking up the tree. Let me have a spin round. This will be the first time. Hang on, sorry about that. First time that I've turned the mic around, because the mic has to face you. That's all it has to do. So anyway, you see, it looks like there's footsteps, like somebody ran up here when it was wet. You see what I mean? Can you see these footsteps going up the tree? Can you see that? It really does. To me, unless I'm mad, well, you know, we know that, but it looks like footsteps. It really does to me. Who knows? So yeah, that's my new microphone faced backwards to me, and that should be nice and clear really, because you know the camera's fairly near to me. It's nearer to me than it is when I go frontwards, you know. Too fast for me. So I'll turn the camera around frontwards now. Sorry, no I won't. Yes I will. I'll turn the mic. That's the mic facing frontwards. And now, if I can get it right, turn the screen frontwards and the mic is facing frontwards, and that's how you're going to hear me till such times as I need to buy a new mic. I have found that mics don't last very long really, although I'm a cheapskate and I will spend 4 or 5 quid on a mic. This one was more expensive, not a lot, but you know, a little bit more expensive. I'm not really a cheapskate. I'm a cheapskate on certain things, but I will treat myself. I've been waiting for a couple of years now for a box set. One of my favourite ever artists is David Sylvian. If you look at the band Japan back in the 80s, David Sylvian was the lead singer. I was never overly keen with Japan, apart from about 3 or 4 songs, and I have got their greatest hits now and I don't really listen to it, so I'm still not overly keen. But David Sylvian on his own, I love David Sylvian. Anyway, this box set costs 145 quid, but it's 10 studio albums and lots of other gumph in there really. 145 quid, probably quite a lot of money, but it's a limited edition and I wanted it. Got to treat yourself. Anyway, so we'll be back at the premiere in a bit. Cheers. Hey, got a real sweat on. We've been out a while and the weather said it was going to be about 19 degrees and I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's very muggy, very close. I feel I'm leaking. So I just thought I'd make this little bit for the premiere really. As you're probably aware, you know, everybody you've ever met has a version of you in their minds. In fact, everybody you've ever met has a different version of you in their minds. And depends on who you met them, who they were, how you were at the time, where you met them, the various circumstances, the environment, etc., etc. And everybody's got an opinion of the version of you. But oh, we're going around that way, and that's fine, you know. But what I want to say is, we are not responsible for the version of us that lives in somebody else's head. Whether it's us or not, whether it's anywhere near to the person that we really are or not, is immaterial, because everybody's got a version of us in their head. If you met somebody and you were feeling particularly good that day, and so were they, and they were happy and smiley, lovely to see you, and oh, I must tell you a joke, and they told you this great little joke and it was funny and it was all good, and this warm-hearted feeling happened between you, and you said, well actually I've got a joke, and you told them a joke, not one of my jokes, but you know, a joke, and they laughed and they enjoyed it, and then you bumped into them again another time and they said, oh, I'm glad I bumped into you, I had a lovely joke and it reminded me of you, let me tell you it, and it was funny and it was nice, and you told them 2 jokes this time and they laughed, and then you had a little chat and said where you've been, what you've been up to. They seemed interested in your life, you were interested in theirs. They were lovely people, you know. You met somebody like a like-minded person, and that person goes away and perhaps never sees you again, but you live on in their mind, and you live on as however that person has created you. So if somebody stopped and said, hey, do you know so and so, they might say, yeah, I met that person a few times actually. Lovely person, really warm-hearted, great sense of humour, lovely, you know, just a real friendly, gentle personality, great jokes, and you know, we loved it. He or she loved a good laugh, and that's how that person would remember you. But if you woke up one morning and you'd had a bit of bad news a couple of days prior, and this morning that you woke up, you had a twinge in your back and you went to make a Slurpee and your milk was off in the fridge, and you thought, oh shit, I can't even have a bloody Slurpee, but I've got to walk my dog, so I'll have water. So you're not happy. You start to walk your dog and your back's playing at me. You think, oh Christ, will I ever get round here? And then you bump into somebody and they say, good morning, how are you? And you say, yeah, not bad, I suppose, you know, bloody backache this morning, but never mind. Then that person says, oh, me too, you know, I woke up with backache, but anyway, I had a couple of lovely Slurpees, a couple of lovely coffees before I came out. And you think, oh, yeah, well, unfortunately I had a glass of water because my milk was off. Got a bit of a toothache, got a bit of a backache, got a bit of arse ache. And that person goes away, and the person they've created, in their minds, when they think about you, is, yeah, I did meet that person, a bit fucking miserable really, you know, always moaning, oh I got this wrong, that wrong, this has happened, oh I got no milk, you know, miserable, I wouldn't want to meet that person again. You're the same person, just that a few days before you were happier than you are today. So you were the same person, you are the same person, but these two different people that you've met have different versions of you living in their head. So we all do, we all have that. And even now, if you think back to an old friendship, maybe think back to an old friendship that you no longer see or hear from, and you think about that person, and what 5 words describe that person? Is it deep thinking? Is it calm, peaceful? Is it miserable, happy? Is it always moaning? Is it polite? Is it kind? Is it a Scrooge? Selfish? Rude? What is it, you know? So you've got that with every single person. So as I say, we've all got somebody, in fact we've got everybody in our heads that we have created a persona for in many respects. But you know the person that you are. So that way, that reason is the reason for not being held responsible or accountable for the person that they believe that you are. Because you know you. You are you. You don't have to believe anything. They do. They have to think about who you are. You don't. You wake up and know who you are. But they have to think. Shall I continue being friends with this person? Does this person bring anything to my life? You know, whatever. So they have to think about you. You don't need to think about you. So whatever people think, whether if it's good, that's lovely, but if it's good, bad or indifferent, you are not responsible for the way they think about you. You are not their thoughts. You are not in their head. Let them get on with it and think whatever they want, because at the end of the day, it's just a collection of thoughts that they've got in their head, and honestly, who gives a shit? Let them think what they like. Someone's left their jacket here, look. Never mind. Come on, my beau. Oh, come on, there's a car. Let's go in here. Good boy. Oh, he is good, look. Okay. Okay. You are so good. Come on then. Okay, I'm really hot, so going back to the car. Yeah, so it's just me emptying my head, just my thoughts really, that, you know, let people think what the bloody hell they want, you know. One thing I've learned in life is that no matter what you do, no matter You can be the loveliest person, the kindest person, the most thoughtful, decent, honest person. There's always going to be somebody that kind of takes umbrage to you. There's always somebody that doesn't like you. There's always, you know, people will have their own ideas, their own thoughts, their own opinions, and let them. Who cares? If you know that you're a nice person, if you know that you're a decent person, if you know that you're honest, caring, if you know those things about yourself, then really, who cares? Let people think what they want, because you are not responsible for their thoughts. Anyway, just me emptying my head, so hope that's made some sense. Beautiful day, a bit warm but beautiful. Okay, so we're off home now for a Slurpee. Take care and be well. Hello. So I was thinking, if a midget says your hair smells nice, is that sexual harassment? Hello. Here we are in the woods again, under the shade. So I made a little video thanking the National Health, really, because we need to thank the National Health. You know, it's 75 years and I've seen nothing anywhere. All the pride flags blowing in the wind, all the Ukrainian flags blowing in the wind, and I have seen nothing of thanks to the National Health. And if it wasn't for the National Health, I wouldn't be here. That's what I said in the video. I mean it. 5 times now they've saved my life. So, you know, I just wouldn't be here. And I think it's so wrong that we look upon the National Health now as a bit of a joke and what have you, but it's conditioning, and it's conditioning from the Tory party. They want us to pay, much the same as America or whatever. And anyway, whatever, you can see the video if you want to see the video. I don't know what it's called, but so I've got an infection in my leg. That's why I made the video, really, just thinking about the National Health and what have you. That'll be long gone, hopefully, by the time we see this. 27th, is it, of this month, July? So anyway, if you can get outside, get outside. It's absolutely wonderful under the shade. It's a bit hot today. We got up at about 5 o'clock, and this way, Bode, and left the house just after 6:30, so, or bungalow house, whatever. So bright and early, and then I come to this little place. There's a car park, and there was already 4 cars in here. So I think everybody had the same idea. Anyway, I'll be back in a bit, I expect. Take care. Closer. Hello. It's a glorious day. It's a bit hot, but it's all good. What is ET short for? Small legs. So this family out for a drive, and they've got their little boy with them, and they're following a dust cart, and out the back of a dust cart falls this great big dildo and pop on the windscreen of the car. And the mum, not wishing to embarrass the boy or lose his innocence, says, "Wow, that was a big bug." So the little boy turned to his dad and said, "Daddy, how did that bug fly with such a massive cock?" Got to have a little bit of humour sometimes. Now, whether my jokes are any good, whether they're funny or not, it's still humour. It might raise half a smile even. Who knows? Hey, you're licking. Now luckily I don't have a carbon footprint because, well, I drive everywhere. It's a glorious day. 18 degrees today, if you want to know. If you don't want to know, then you know anyway. So is that global warming? I just think the whole thing's a load of old shite. Always thought that ever since I was a kid. You know, those 2 videos I made, they tell you this is going to happen. I mean, they said recently, that global warming is now more severe than we thought. Well, when I was a kid, apparently they said man is going to destroy the planet. So how more serious than destroying the planet can it be? Are we now going to destroy the planet and the sun and the moon? Oh, Greta Thunderdog. She's gone into hiding, isn't she, after her 5-year plan. We have 5 years to save... How dare you? To save the planet. How dare you? How very dare you? I should be in school. How dare you? We'll go to fucking school. But she got it wrong. We have 5 years to save the planet. How very dare you? How very dare you? Well, it's been 5 years. Anyway, we know Just Stop Oil are a load of lunatics. We know the climate crazies just say whatever they want to say. We could all do it, couldn't we? You know. The Ramblers of Bryce says we have 8 years. And then acid rain will fall. Trees will explode. Dog shit will grow legs. Let's see if I'm right. Somehow I doubt it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed a couple of little jokes in this premiere. It is good to laugh, I think. Good to have a smile. Or perhaps my jokes were that bad. It's good to have a groan. Oh, another crap. Well, whatever. So we're going to turn left here, but we did have torrential rain. Look at that little boy. You know, he stopped. As soon as I turned the camera on, he was bouncing. Should we go and have a look this way? Let's just see if he comes up behind me. Is he coming? Hasn't realised yet. He's probably licking. He's probably having a great time. Yeah, he's licking. Right, I'll keep going and we'll see what happens. Where's the path? I can just see him. He doesn't notice that I'm not there yet. He's too busy. Here he comes. Hello. Anyway, I think if we don't have a laugh, then life can be too serious. And I think even with these Just Stop Oil lunatics, you know, you've got to take them for what they are: sad, lonely, demented, uneducated, ill-informed, liars, troublemakers, and ridiculous idiots. I just hope one doesn't get run over, because that's what's going to happen. Oh, hang on, hold on, wait, no, wait, because it looks very muddy. Wait there, boat, wait. Yeah, a bit muddy. Shall I try traversing it? No, I'm not going to bother. I'm going to go somewhere drier. Yeah, so we've got to have a laugh. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this premiere. There will be a little bit more, I suppose. All depends. Come here, love, please. All depends where I put this. Hiya. As you know, I make these premieres, and no, I don't. I make these videos, and I make them in lots of little bits and bobs. Then I stitch it all together. So I'm never quite sure where things are going to go. I have to watch certain bits back, because waste time seeing number one section that says hello, welcome to the premiere, and then number two says, well, thank you for joining me, goodbye. Then number three. So yeah, I have to make sure that I'm watching things, what I'm doing and what have you, because I end up with quite a lot of little bits and bobs, as I have with this one. I think I've got 20, no I haven't, I've got 17, and then I've got 2, 12, 7, yeah, 19, yeah. So I've got 19 bits to add. Is that a baby there? Is that a black and white baby? Hello? Hello? You coming here? No? Yeah? Hello? 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 Come here, come here. You got something on you. Oh, there you go. Right, anyway, so no doubt you will see a bit more of this premiere, and I hope you're enjoying it. We're enjoying today. 18 degrees, we're out in the fresh air. Couldn't be better, could it really? Hear the birds? They're loving it as well. Okay, we'll be back in a bit. Cheers. Hello, boat. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, so I made a video or two, didn't I, about Just Stop Oil, the old climate crazes, which upset one or two people, but I don't think we need to worry about them, do we really? But it got me to thinking about how to kind of look after this planet, you know, save the environment. They say save water by showering with a friend, but my neighbour tells me I shouldn't be showering with his daughter. Don't know why. And they keep banging on about turn a light off, you know. Turn your lights off, turn your lights off. Save the environment, turn your lights off. You know, the last time I tried it, I nearly killed this bloody bloke on his push bike in the piss, you know, in the dark. Turn your lights off. Oh dear, we're only having a laugh, aren't we? So it's time for my favourite joke. Okay, so these four nuns are driving in a car and they have a terrible accident with a great big lorry, and unfortunately they all died and they went up to heaven. And they arrived at the pearly gates. St. Peter met them there and they queued up waiting to get in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And St. Peter said, "Sisters, I'm sure you can all come into heaven. I just need to ask you one question each." So the first nun stepped forward and he said, "Hello sister, have you ever touched a penis?" And she said, "Well, St. Peter, there was this one occasion where I touched one just with the very, very tip of my pinky finger." So he said, "Okay," he said, "if you'd like to go to the holy water and just dip the tip of your pinky finger in, then you can go through the pearly gates and into heaven." So number 2 stepped forward and he said, "Hello sister," he said, "have you ever touched a penis?" And she said, "Well, there was this one occasion I had one in my hand, but only for a split second or two." And he said, "Okay, if you'd like to go to the holy water and give your hands a wash, and then you can go through the pearly gates and into heaven." As he's saying this, there's a bit of a commotion. Number 4 is trying to push in front of number 3, and St. Peter says, "Sister Sarah, there's plenty of time, there's no need to push. What on earth is going on?" And she said, "Look, if I've got to gargle that stuff, then I want to get in there before Sister Mary puts her fucking arse in it." Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah. So that's my favourite joke. Reason why it's my favourite joke, it's so silly and what have you, but you can kind of imagine things, you know, sometimes. I loves it. Wow. So here we are on a muggy day. No Mr. Solar Face whatsoever. It's just this white grey sky. I'm probably being punished because I've told too many bloody nun jokes. Anyway, we're both good. On the little drive over here, there was quite a pile up. 2 dogs shit in the same place. I know. You never want to hear another joke now, do you? After hearing about those 4 nuns, dirty girls. Yeah, we've been spoilt. Now we've heard the best joke. It's good to have a laugh. I made a video a little while ago saying a reason to smile. We need to find a reason to smile. It's very important. You know, a bit of humour is a wonderful thing. When you think that people have been paying, come on love, for comedians and stand-up comics and you know, funny plays and comedies on, you know, cinema or DVD or whatever, and going right the way back to like court jesters or whatever they were called, and the harlequins, the village idiots, the fool, the the April Fool, the kings and queens had a kind of a funny man sometimes with them, didn't they? They don't need it anymore for obvious reasons. However, I do think politicians should walk around with not a funny man, but a pathetic man, pathetic individual, because it would make them seem slightly more normal. Probably wouldn't really, but you know, it's just my quirky brain. Anyway, so I've made lots of little clips to this video, as I always do with premiere videos, so at some stage I've got to go and clip them all together, which takes a while really, and a couple of hours to upload. And anyway, come on, Mr. Longnose, hello darling. Yes, I've made lots of little clips. So if I repeat myself, then I'm not going senile. I probably am. But if I repeat myself, it's because I've made this premiere over the last kind of month. And obviously I haven't watched anything back. Nothing whatsoever. So until I stitch it all together. So it'd be a bit of fun, wouldn't it, if I watch it all together and nothing recorded. And your premiere is just 1 minute long of me saying, sorry about that. Oh well. So I probably have said, you know, I'm sure I've said thank you for joining me on this premiere. I probably said that more than once, I don't know. But anyway, so we're both good. We're going to love you and leave you. And I hope that you can remember some of the jokes in this premiere to tell your friends or neighbours or work colleagues or whatever. At least you got this video now. You can write down the time when I told a joke that you liked. Maybe you didn't, but if you did, write down the time, watch it again so that you remember it and go to work tomorrow. See if you can offend somebody. Okay, we're going to bugger off. And next couple of days I'm going to start stitching all this together. So we'll see what it looks like then. Okay, so we'll see you on the premiere, if not before. Well, this will be the premiere, so I am seeing you now on the premiere. I'm not seeing you really, but you're seeing me, and we're having a chat, aren't we? You know, we can type stuff in and say hello. Okay, I need to get home. Well, I need to go and get some petrol. Realise I'm low today, so go and get some petrol and fuel for the car, fuel for my body, a little bit of Slurpee. Okay, take care. Get out to the woods if you can. Get some peace in your life. Follow your bliss. Nothing like it. Okay. Take it easy. Hey, do you want to hear a bit of a rude joke? It's not really rude, I don't think. Just thinking about diversity and all the rest of it, you know. And God, we've got to teach kids now about drag queens and, you know, whatever. It's like the innocence has been taken away from children. That's what I think and what I believe. And as soon as they get to like 4, 5, 6, we start, you know, talking about sex and all manner of sex and different things. And I actually think it's too early. I don't think a child really fully understands or accepts or appreciates the nuances within the human psyche. I don't believe that. So I was thinking, because of this diversity and what have you, that maybe they would make a transsexual Barbie doll, or drag queen Barbie doll with a series of purple and silver wigs. So I was thinking, why? This is my question. Why has there never been a pregnant Barbie? Because Ken comes in a different box. Oh dear. Poor old Barbie. Barbarella. Barbaran. Barbaran. In my hand or something like that. Da, da, da. Dirty Ken. So we're on a little bimble and we're loving it. But yeah, whether you agree with me or not, I just think there's a time and a place for certain things in life, and I don't understand why there's a lot of pressure to teach children about sex, sexuality in particular, drag queens, transsexuals, that sort of thing, when they're 4, 5, 6, in fact younger than that sometimes. I saw something about a nursery school having a drag queen, and they were showing dildos to the children, and the children were from 2 and above. They had their parents there, and the parents seemed to think that was fine. I actually don't, but am I stupid? Am I old-fashioned? I don't know what I am. I just feel that it's too early, much too early actually. I think until you're 10, you know, we should keep the innocence of children as much as we can, and, you know, let them believe in Father Christmas or whatever. And do we need to push agendas on them? Because if we do, if we feel the need, this way please, Bode, if we feel the need to do that, come on my friend, then why are we not telling children all about diseases like cancer, heart disease, leukemia, diabetes? Why are we not telling them all about that? Because we don't. Why don't we tell children all about terrorists and war and weapons? Why don't we? Well, we don't. We just don't. We don't feel they're ready for it. We feel that they're children who should be protected, and they're innocent really. Do they need to know about rape? They need stranger danger? Yeah, definitely. Look around, think, be careful. If somebody touches you inappropriately or suggests that they touch you inappropriately, then you must tell mum and dad, a teacher, a policeman, a responsible, sensible adult, somebody you love and trust, older brother and sister, uncle, aunt, next door neighbour. We know all that, and that's great. But if they're too young to understand about war and weapons and rape and diseases, and we don't talk to them about politics, mortgages, buying a house, we don't talk to them about that. We don't even talk to them about agriculture. We don't talk to them about anything but what they like as children, apart from one thing: sex. So why is that? I think we all know, and I think there is a time and a place, and I believe that 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds, no way. And I think for parents, leave that boat, to take their children there and say it's perfectly fine for a pervert to show its arse and what have you in a mini skirt and wave dildos about and have a sign in the background that says it won't suck itself for 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds. If parents feel that that's normal, natural, right and proper, then there's no hope anymore. Do you know I can smell bacon? Oh, I know why. There's a little oh, let's not smell it, let's not think about it. Oh, there's a bacon butty place just around the corner. That's just suddenly come to me through the trees. But it's Friday, so I starved myself. On a Thursday, what I do now, and I know I've said this before, on a Thursday I have a very gentle little meal of sorts, and I actually had, last night I had a salad sandwich. So a little bit of cheese, some lettuce and just a few bits in it really. So I had nothing in the day and then a little salad sandwich at night. So I'm hungry now. Maybe that's why I can smell bacon from a mile away. Come on, Bode, you're licking my love. And then today I don't eat anything because tonight is me pig out, my feast, my Chinese. There's a good boy, come on then. Anyway, hope you like my jokes in this premiere. And whether you agree or not that children are ready to learn about sex, sexuality and, you know, whatever at 2, 3, 4, 5. I personally don't. It's just my opinion. The same as this global warming stuff. It's just my opinion. And people tend to get upset. So if you want to be upset with me about my thoughts about children really should be looked after and protected and what have you, then that's absolutely fine. But I do suggest you remove yourself from this channel. Okay. You are allowed your own thoughts and opinions, but I believe that's more than wrong to bring children into the adult world like that is very, very wrong. Just my opinion. Take care and be well. Come on, Bode. Hello again. Hello. Hello indeed. So a little bit more the premiere. I've made a couple of videos just lately, kind of odd and a bit quirky, like my head goes sometimes. I just made one about an alternative way of disposing of the human body. So, you know, it sounds awful, but it just gives us another choice, doesn't it? We've had forevermore, how it all started was obviously we had burials in the ground, and that was just the only way. That was normal, natural, that was it. There was no other choice. And then this newfangled way in 1885 started, called cremation, and it didn't really catch on, but they had a few per year, 3 or 4 people per year chose cremation. And that slowly became more and more popular. And now there's resumation, which is a similar to a cremation, but they don't use flames and fire. They use heat from boiling water. And it sounds revolting, but anyway, do your own research. But then everything new and modern sounds revolting. When you get rid of a human body, you think, oh, that's awful. And so's this and so's that. And you know, there's no way that seems right, but it's got to happen. Otherwise we'd be knee deep. So anyway, I've made that video if you're interested, and I've made a couple of videos regarding like Just Stop Oil and Extinction Rebellion and global warming. Whoops, climate change. Oh, not climate change, what do they call it? Climate scare your pants off you. And I made another video on the back of that called, I think, Ruffling Feathers I called it, because 3 people got a little bit upset. You know, I shouldn't be talking about things like that apparently because I know nothing. Well, maybe that's right, maybe that's wrong. And if you know more than me, great. Change my mind. Teach me. Good morning. Yeah, rather than just go off on a tangent, teach somebody. If you know more than them, why are we here? You know, we're here to learn from each other. It's glorious. It's a glorious day. We're gonna have rain later today. Yes, I made a few videos anyway, just talking about various different things really, as is my way, as is the rambling. That's why I called it the ramblings, obviously, because I just ramble. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm an expert in anything whatsoever, because actually I'm not. What I am is a human being, and what I am is observant. So we're doing pretty well, both of us. The socket is healing, which is lovely. Still going through its healing, but yeah, much better. I can now eat on that side mostly. All depends what I'm eating, but yeah, I can eat on that side to a degree. Still got to take it a little bit easy, so that's good. The constant tiredness that I spoke about a few months back now, I'm on, as you know, I'm on vitamin B12 and vitamin D3 with K2, and that helped initially quite a lot. I don't know why, but the last maybe 10 days, even 14 days, I've been ever so tired, and I don't know whether it's because it's been exceptionally hot, or maybe I'm not sleeping very well, and even when I think I'm having quite a nice sleep, maybe I'm not. Come on, my love. Who knows? But anyway, I feel better now than I did back then. Boat this way, please. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Yes, all in all, we're doing really well, both of us. Still not had my, as I'm making it, still not had my heart results back. But maybe that's a good thing. So I'm not really overly worried about that. Come on, my love. Good boy. So all in all, things are good. This way. Now, I told a few naughty jokes in this premiere. I don't know whether, when this little bit of film, when this is going to go on the premiere. But if you haven't heard any yet, or you're about to, so you might want to cover your ears. I like a bit of humour. Life can be so serious at times, and since 2021, with all my ailments, my life has taken on a much more serious way of being. So if I can smile through things or have a bit of a laugh, then I will. Anyway, so I'll make a bit more if I can think about it on this premiere. But it will be interesting to see or to read people's thoughts on an alternative way of dealing with our bodies once we're no longer here. You know, rather than the two, the burial and the cremation, which has been forever, to have a third option, I believe is a good thing. I think I said in the video I'd like about half a dozen options, but then does it really matter? Does it? You know, what we want is the cheapest option, and if we've got any money left, let our families or loved ones or friends or whatever, let them have it. Let them, this way, let them spend it. I do like to read your comments, so thank you very much. I don't get many comments, I must admit, really, under videos, and it'd be interesting to see on that one, because it isn't up yet. It won't be up for about a week or more as I'm making this, so maybe the 10th or whatever of July this month. And sometimes I only get 3 or 4 comments or half a dozen comments, and they normally say, oh well, no they don't, and they normally say whatever they say. But anyway, we'll wait and see, and I'm always intrigued as to thinking, is there anybody with a quirky mind like me? I've said in videos before over the years, I've got an open and curious mind, and that remains the same. I'm very open in my mind. I will accept whatever comes my way. If you can teach me a new way of something, great. And I'm curious. I am curious as to lots of things in life, really. How does this work? How does that work? How do we manifest this state of mind? Why do some people feel this and some people feel that? Why does this happen to one person but it doesn't happen to another? Why does somebody worry or think or whatever about this particular subject and somebody else doesn't give a shit? Come on, Bode, you're licking. Anyway, I'm back at the car park. You take it easy. Cheers. Hey, do you want to hear my one of my favourite jokes? Do ya? Okay, very short, very simple, but I like it. So, two fat blokes go down the pub and one says, "You're round," and the other one says, "So you fucking fat bastard." I love that. I love that. Short and sweet. The first time it was told to me, obviously I got "You're round" because people buy a round of drinks. So instantly I thought about "You're round," so I thought he was going to go to the bar, and then he said, "So you fat bastard," and I thought, what? Oh yeah, and then I got it and I was laughing away. I like it. Hello again. So there's this psychic event, and there's a medium comes on stage, and he says to the audience, just a quick show of hands, who here thinks they've seen a ghost? Anyway, about 50 or 60% of the people put their hand up, and he said, okay, that's interesting. He said, another show of hands, who thinks that who has spoken to a ghost? Anyway, about 10 people put their hands up, and he said, okay, who here has touched a ghost? And 2 people put their hands up, and he said, who here has touched a ghost in an intimate place? And just this one guy put his hand up, and the medium thought, okay, where do I go with this? So he said, who here has not only touched a ghost in a very private area, but had penetrative, had full sexual intercourse with a ghost? He looked around the audience, just this one bloke put his hand up, and the medium said, "Sir, sorry, are you telling us that you've actually had sexual intercourse with a ghost?" And the guy said, "Oh no, sorry, I thought you said goat." So there's this priest and nun sharing the same car, and they're driving along. It's pissing down with rain, middle of December, freezing cold, dark, horrible. Car breaks down, and the nun says, "Oh no, what are we going to do?" Anyway, the priest says, "Well, I'm sure God wouldn't mind if we share the same car for the night on just this one occasion." So the nun says, "Okay." And then he looks through the window and he can just make out a sign, "Hotel." And he said, "Oh, there's a hotel up there, we can probably get a couple of rooms." So they get there, and it's they're soaking wet and feeling horrible and everything, but never mind, at least they're there. And lo and behold, there is only one room available because it's middle of December, it's a cold, wet, horrible night, so just a one room. And the priest says, "Well, I'm sure God wouldn't mind just this once if we share the same room in these circumstances." And the nun says, "Yeah, okay, I agree." So they have the one room. They go up to the room. It's got a double bed in, but it's also got a sofa. And the priest says, "Oh, that's good." He said, "I'm sure God wouldn't mind if you have the double bed and I have the sofa for the night. And although we're under the same roof, I'm sure God wouldn't mind on this one occasion." So they do their prayers and everything, and the nun gets into her bed, and the priest gets under some covers on his sofa, and 10 minutes goes by, and the nun says, "Oh, Father, I'm so cold. Oh, this way, please. Boat, this way. Good boy, this way." And so the priest gets out of his covers. Come here, off of the sofa and to the cupboard, and gets the nun a spare blanket and pops that on her. And he gets back under his covers on the sofa, and 10 minutes goes by, and the nun says, "Oh, Father, I'm still really, really cold." So the priest gets out of his covers, off his sofa, goes over to the cupboard, gets a blanket, and puts that on the nun. And then he gets under his covers, back onto his sofa. 10 minutes goes by, and the nun says, "I'm sorry, Father, I'm really, really cold." And the father says, "Oh." He said, "Okay, I'm sure on this occasion that God wouldn't mind us acting as husband and wife." And the nun says, "Well, yeah, I've always been a bit curious, and I agree." And he says, "Good, get out of bed, get to the cupboard, get your own blanket, you lazy fucking cow." Look at this little boy. The most beautiful boy in the world. So this little Native American boy was chatting to his dad, the chief, about lots of things, but he came upon names, and he said, "Dad," he said, how do we Native Americans, how do we get our names?" And he said, "Well, it's very easy, son, really. When you're born, I get hold of the baby, and I take the baby out of the wigwam, and I look down at the floor, take a couple of steps, and I hold the baby up, and I say, 'I name this baby,' and then I open my eyes." He said, "What I see is what the baby is named." He said, "That's why your sister has the lovely name of Orange Moon, because I walked out, eyes shut, couple of steps, and it was after midnight, and there was a beautiful orange moon, so I called her Orange Moon. And your elder brother, for instance, that was daytime, and I took a couple of steps, and I held the baby up, and I said, 'I name this baby,' and I looked up, and I saw a running deer. So he became Running Deer. And that is how we get the names. So the names are quite unique, really. But why do you ask? Two dogs fucking. Well, I thought it was quite good. Hello. So another one for you. Okay, so I used to have a disabled girlfriend, and she dumped me. So I went round, I stole her wheelchair. Guess who come crawling back? So this teacher was going round her little infant class, and she noticed a little puddle on the floor under Emily's chair, and she said, "Oh, Emily, there's a little puddle there." And the girl said, "Oh, sorry miss, I weed." And she said, "That's alright, let's go to the toilet and, you know, we get you cleaned up." So she took her off to the toilet, and she said, "Emily, if you ever need the toilet, you know, just let me know. Just put your hand up, you know." And that was that. Anyway, about an hour later, she's on her rounds, and a little puddle under Emily's chair, and she said, "Oh, Emily, what's this? And she said, I'm sorry miss, I did another wee. She said, well, let's go to the toilet, we'll get you cleaned up and sorted. And she said to her in the toilet, just let me know next time and I can take you to the toilet. Just put your hand up and, you know, we'll sort you out. Yes, miss, said Emily. So they had lunch and it was the afternoon and the teacher was doing her little routine, going around seeing their little kids and little puddle under Emily's chair. She said, Emily, now come on, what have I told you? I said, if you need a wee, put your hand up. And Emily said, I did miss, but it trickled through my fingers. You shouldn't laugh at your own jokes, but you know, I get an image. Revolting. Hey, it's all good. Okay, there's a joke coming up shortly that involves a nun. And it's very naughty. I will put a little warning on the screen just for you more sensitive types. The braver of you will listen, hopefully, but I will put a little warning up. So what I'll do, I'll show you a quick photo and then the joke will be after the photo. So you can put your fingers in your ear and go la 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 so you don't hear it. And I'll put my thumb up when we're done. So it's safe to come back when you see my thumb. Things we've got to do. So my neighbour was sleeping outside again and I managed to catch another photo of him. Oh, I've kicked it, it's over there my love, over that way. There we go. I know you were waiting for me, weren't you, eh? What a good boy. Oh, I've got a sweat on. Yeah, so is that recording? Yes. So yeah, my neighbour was having a kip, so I did a bit of stealth photography. So we'll have a look at a quick photo of him and then I'll tell you, well, I think it's a great joke, but it does come with a warning. Okay, here's the photo and then the joke. Warning. My good boy. Closer please, love. This way, closer. Good boy. Oh, get it, find it. Good boy. Okay, so you've had your warning. Put your fingers in your ears because it's a bit how do you describe this joke? This joke, I don't think you can tell in church. I don't think you can tell it around the Christmas table. Ready? Okay, so how do you get a nun pregnant? Fuck her. Okay, well, listen, I found it funny. It's adult humour, but we're adults. Would you expect me to talk about and discuss and tell jokes about, you know? I'm no longer that 10-year-old boy that found silly things funny. Ready? Good boy. Anyway, I apologise if you're a nun. I don't think you are you? Look, I can see that little mark on there. I think that's a bit better. Look at me, sweaty forehead. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this premiere. Good, bad or indifferent, my jokes were jokes. So please don't report me to the police. I'm sure you won't. Well, most of you. Are you getting tired now, my love? Oh, you want to go again? You're not tired. Ready? What a good boy. He's loving it. His little life. Okay, so that's it from me and from Bodes. And a hot day. And the trees. Just remember, if you can get outside, because, well, we know why. It's so good for the soul. It really is. I said to somebody on Facebook this morning, I said trees are healing, and they really are healing. I think they put a video up called Into the Forest, or A Walk in the Forest, or something like that. And I said trees are healing, you know, we need this. It's so good for the soul. And sometimes we don't realise, do we? It's easy to get into a routine of just staying indoors, you know. And we're British, so what do? Well, we can say, oh, it's too cold in the winter. Too bloody cold. Too cold. And then spring finally arrives, and you know it's not quite summer, it's not quite winter, it's not quite spring. It's that time. And you think, oh, I could go out, but, you know, it looks like rain. Too windy, too chilly still, really. It's not warm enough. And we make those excuses, you know, and then finally spring gives way to summer, and we say, oh, it's too hot really to go for a walk. And I was going to go, but, you know, it was just, I didn't sleep well last night. It was so hot. And yeah, I didn't really want to go out sweating. It's not comfortable, you know, when you sweat around your bollocks and under your arms and everywhere else. And it was so hot last night, I had to take one of my 9 duvets off, and, you know. And then eventually the summer bleeds into autumn, with the glorious leaves all changing around us. And there's another beautiful season, another moment to get out and enjoy and experience and be with nature, be at one. And we say, well, it's I know it's sunny, but it looks cold. You know, I know the leaves are nice, but, you know, I thought I'd wait a few days for them to turn proper, because they're not quite red enough for me yet. And you know, we make those excuses for a number of weeks, and before too long, autumn gives way to the winter, and we say, oh, it's too cold. So we can stay in forever, that's what I'm saying, if we want to. It's we can make so many different excuses. Unbelievable. Or if it is chilly, we can put a coat on and get out. If it is warm, we can put a t-shirt on. Pair of trainers, shorts. We can stop making excuses. So if you can get out, do get out. And I've always said, you know, if you can't physically for some reason get out, have you a garden? Have you an outside space? Could you go and sit in the garden just for an hour? Could you have you got a bench near your front door? Could you go and sit on your bench and just see if one of your neighbours would stop by and say hello? Or if not, could you just stop doing whatever you're doing and just sit in your lounge next to a window, open your window really wide and just breathe that cool, fresh air in? Could you do that? Because you feel like you're outside then. You feel it. And you can hear them sensations, you know, the trees, birds, the coolness of the air. Maybe there's a taste or a smell or something, and you feel that you've been outside for half an hour or an hour. So if you can get outside, get outside. If you can't get outside, get the feeling of going outside. But thank you for joining me, and I hope I've offended at least one person. Thank you again, take care, and be well. Look after yourself, look after each other. Okay, try and be beautiful. Most importantly, be well. Ta-da.